Well, we got out of jail there, didn't we? In life, they say make your own luck, and Arsenal did exactly that. As you can see above my head, Luton 3, Arsenal 4, Arsenal 4, Luton 3, and it's a truly coming back from the death performance. Credit to Luton. First and foremost, you have to be gracious in victory and defeat. My heart kind of breaks for them. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't really care what Luton. That's your business. We got 3 points. We keep it moving. We made our own luck and we did what we needed to do. But I think Luton, they did not perform like a team that's struggling to stay in the division. If they can play like that for the rest of the season, they've got no worries to stay up. And I think Rob Edwards and everyone connected to Luton, they can feel sorry for themselves. I think they were rigid where they needed to do defensively. They, they exerted themselves physically where they could and were kicking us all over the place. They were brave. They took advantage of us switching off from set pieces. I do really and truly believe they deserved a lot more. I don't care. It's Arsenal, and maybe you get one next week, just not against us. You know, when Declan Rice is in town, you need to be easy. Arsenal love dramatics. Now, on a frequent occasion this season, we've either conceded late goals or turned results around in the last few minutes. Chelsea comes to mind, Brentford late winner. There's been plenty of other examples, people, the latest being today. I will start with the negatives, if I'm completely honest. Now, we didn't defend well enough. Let's be honest. You know, for a team that's statistically one of the best performing defenses this season, the players won't be happy with that. The manager won't be, and the technical staff. You know, once you can forgive it, twice something needs to go on. 3 times. The 2 set piece is horrible. You know, I'm not here to blame players and whatnot. Everyone takes accountability. You know, I personally felt for the first goal that we conceded, it was poor in the build up to the corner. Personally, and I think Martinelli kind of switched off, potentially Jesus as well. I think Raya's made a mess of the second along with Declan Rice. The third goal, Odegaard and Havertz haven't been strong enough. Benjamin White's at no man's land. The one luxury I will give Raya, even though I think he's had a hand in 2 of the goals, is that the goalie is the last line of defense. So you've seen me ask questions of the midfield third and defensive third before Raya, but he's hardly covered himself in any blade of glory. Shout out to Benjamin White for the assist for Martinelli's goal. Yep, and shout out to Saka as well for Gabriel Jesus's goal. Big up to Saka set out Martinelli. Shout out to Benjamin White for Rice. So it went somewhere like that. Either way, the first 2 goals, Jesus had a hand in. He's taken a throw in early when Luton have let themselves down. Their keepers pull it out for a throw in. Obviously, you know, he's got the second. So, yeah, I wasn't impressed with how we were defensively. You know, again, these games happen in football. It was one of those games. It's Amazon Prime. It's the festive period. It's 2 contrasting styles. Statistically, Arsenal never travel well to Luton. You know, first time we beat them in my lifetime and for a lot of Arsenal fans. So it was kind of written on the script, really, but we need to defend a lot better. When the emotion and the euphoria of coming from, well, being pegged back in the game because we scored, then they obviously equalized and we took then they took the lead that first, then they took the lead. So obviously we've reacted to setbacks. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the performances, in my opinion. I think Kai Havertz, as the game went on, had a great game. I think Odegaard put on a clinic in the second half. Declan Rice is always perfect and lovely to see him pop up with a goal. I think Jesus was good. I think Saka, even when you can see a man's knackered, he's kind of done, still standing up to be counted. I think the whole defense and the whole team could have done better defensively. I think Jesus had a great game, if I'm honest. I think Kirill didn't take his opportunity today. I think Trossard was a bit ineffective. I'm happy to see us get the goals. It's as simple as that. Happy to see us get on the score sheet. And we even had chances way before that dramatic winner to obviously grab a goal. So, yeah, I like the fact that we didn't give up, that we reacted to setbacks, that we found 4 goals, that we've got the 3 points, which is the main thing, a bit of insurance policy going into Aston Villa at the weekend against a very informed side. But when the emotion dies down, we have to defend a lot better. We need to follow runs a lot better. We need to be switched on from defense. We need to be switched on defensively a lot better. You know, we've got out of jail, really. And I appreciate the never say never attitude, even when some fans, myself included, think it's really, you know, it's over. We're not going to get 3 points. But defense wins titles, and you can't play like that. When the emotion settles, we did not defend well enough. We are, respectfully to Luton, we've dropped our level. I don't think we were scared when they asserted themselves physically, but it just felt like something wasn't quite clicking in that regards. In hindsight, I know a lot of us probably wanted Zinchenko dropped to the bench, but I think in hindsight, based on the first half, potentially Zinchenko probably could have started that game and gave us a lot more on the ball. And again, big him up for his cameo. Shout out all the team, really. You know, big up Kai Havertz for scoring as well. Can't remember who set you up. It might have even been Martin Odegaard, or he definitely set up Declan Rice. Who cares really? It got done. You know, our attackers have saved us today. Collectively as a team, we haven't defended well. If I'm honest, really, I did feel in the first 15, 20 minutes just prior to us scoring, we needed to move the ball a bit quicker, and we needed to compete a bit more in the first and second duels, just to a higher standard. I don't think David Raya has covered himself in any blade of glory. We all know every week that goes past, is it Ramsdale, is it Raya, etc., and that won't go away. I was, you know, if there was one beyond the obvious, if there was something I'm really disappointed by, I would say the first 5 to 10 minutes in that second half, because you could see that Luton kind of come out with, you know, with the bit between their teeth, and it was kind of well deserved when Barkley scored. I think Barkley had a good game. I actually think Townsend had a great game as well. In fact, all of Luton, I felt it did feel like their defense could be got at, and there was a couple of nervy moments, and ultimately we scored 4 goals and whatnot. But yeah, man, we dealt with setbacks. We got ourselves back in the game. But make no mistake, you know, collectively, we weren't convincing in the defensive end of the pitch. There's a lot of mistakes we need to eradicate once the emotion of this game has died down. I think Ryan needs to improve defensively. I think, you know, even Benjamin White for a couple of defensive actions. But the main thing is we reacted. We drew 3 points back from the dead. We've seen on occasion this season. I don't know if this is mentality of Premier League winners, but there's a mentality and a never say die attitude. And when things are going wrong, previous years at Arsenal, people, you know, succumb to defeat, start looking at other players to take accountability, and just ultimately give up. That is something you can't, whether we win, lose, or draw games, that's something you can't say this Arsenal team does. And I love the fact of, rather than looking at other people to take responsibility, people stood up to be counted today. Jesus had a very good game, you know, stood up to be counted. Zinchenko, a positive cameo. Declan Rice, when the going was getting, in fact, my whole midfield, Kai Havertz, Odegaard, Declan Rice, when the going was getting tough, you stood up. Jesus did well. You know, a couple of players did well, really. And main players I didn't say as well. And, you know, all can be not necessarily forgiven, but we can get away with a poor defensive performance and maybe shaky defensive performance or individual performances and have a laugh about it. But we enjoy tonight. Come tomorrow, we need to improve a tenfold, because Aston Villa are not going for that. I think we've got Brighton at home after Aston Villa in the Premier League. The games are getting thicker. The games are only getting harder. We've got West Ham this month. We've got Liverpool this month. We've got Brighton this month. We've got enough difficult games, really and truly, and nothing's been won or decided. So it's lovely that we keep ticking over. You hope Aston Villa can put in a performance against City, and if they have got them, and then take the afternoon off when we play them in the evening on Saturday. So yeah, man, you know, and we all know the rival fans or our friends that support rival clubs, they're all ready to banter us about drawing and all of those sort of things, but we clawed it back from the death, man. You lot smash the like button, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on everything. And yeah, that's all I've got to say, people. But I'm happy that in the 7-goal thriller, if my maths is right, we've come out on top. But there'll be times we don't get away with it like that. So we need to improve a tenfold. And the thing I like as well, I don't think anyone will be happy with how we defended. I think the boys on the coach should be happy that all that matters is points on the board. But we can defend a lot better. We can play a lot better. We need to be a bit more boring. That was entertaining for the neutrals. It needs to be less entertaining for Arsenal. And, you know, obviously, realistically, we've conceded 3 goals. You know, I think the Luton Town gaffer will be happier. Well, beyond the obvious, he'll be disappointed, but he'll be happy about certain elements. I think there'll be certain elements that Mikel Arteta, in a weird way, will be happy about in this game. But when you break it down, you know, a team that wants to win a league title, you know, yeah, you can put it down to an off day. Statistically, we have one of the best defenses, but you know, you've shut up Haaland and stuff like that, and you conceded 3 at Luton. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Now, I'm sure the Luton Town gaffer won't be happy. I think he'll be courageous and proud of his side. But at the end of the day, in the Premier League, anytime you've conceded 3 goals in a game or 4 goals, it's not good enough. And on another day, conceding 3 goals means you probably lose the game, really. So there's always something we've done well. There's always something we could do better. But on that note, I've got nothing more to add. So you lot hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It's been a crazy game. I'm off to shower, eat, and go to bed, man. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like